rare metals and sacred metals, because they're actually very valuable for channeling life outside of here, and they're good for like no, they're good for actually channeling. Metals are just good for channeling life. Gold is like actually very good for channeling in general. That's why it's used in like clothing that's sacred. Seriously, I'm dead serious. In other countries, it's a very sacred metal that's woven into fucking clothing. And these are very respectful fucking countries. But at the same time, all of the color problems between flesh, in my opinion, because all animal life seems to evolve, domesticated wise, into just having colorful patterns and different colors just at some point. Just naturally, it's going to happen as variations happen in nature. And you can study anything in nature, there's going to be variation at some point. Nobody is ever going to be the same thing. No one's going to be the one thing. No one's going to be perfect. Even blonde people have different variations in their colors that change them. There's going to be different variations. But the desire for sunlight, the desire for clear skies, the desire for clean water as an instinctual drive, just as a, like, way in the back of your head when you think of like the I statement of like, here's your pineal gland and here, ow, God, it's hot. Here's your pineal gland and you're looking out and your brain is a flip crossing with death card beauty. It's gonna, and it hits the back of your head. It's gonna analyze it. It's all to swim together in your kundalini. People are gonna come and just eat you and like get in there. I forgot completely what I was saying about eyes. I'm not even fucking kidding. I have to like skim this video and understand what I just said. I jumped in too many. I didn't. This is all attack. Okay, that's what an energetic attack is. Now, these people would only PC you to death, but I've been in like 3 car wrecks just because so many people want me dead as an instinct. Oh right, I was talking about white power. As an instinct, I've been hit. I keep getting hit on the fucking driver's side door. They keep smacking my fucking driver's side door. I had like a car with like a 1-star rating at one point. And they're all getting distracted by forces. This is why people build white power. They're like, oh, we're so powerful. All it is just it's nature as a pattern that's doing that. And as a pattern, I had 3 car wrecks in the course of 1 year, and that was the 13th. That was my unlucky 13. Just wake up and just fuck with like 3 unfortunate souls for some reason in my life to say, you know, your birthday matters, and people are going to look at you and they're going to define what you are, basically. I have to be here, I have to define people, I have to define souls, basically women, and I have to tell everybody I never wanted a gender as a kid, because at some point in space-time I realized gender fluid was an option, and that just means you don't have to say anything at all, and you can just have an opinion about anything at any point in time, anywhere. Because having a gender is something that people, it changes opinion. That's why it's such a big debate, like how to treat your babies with their gender, let them pick or whatever. Just, honestly, I think everything should be just neutral. And just let everyone decide when they can like say it. Like everyone's trying to force so much down children. Let them do whatever they want. My parents, as much as my dad is a rapist running some sort of bizarre sex cult in his head, always had the idea of just let them do whatever. You can always be an artist. All of you attacked me, interjecting in my head my entire life. He always encouraged me being an artist, and I have to be incredibly grateful for that, because at the end of the day, that's the only thing that helped me get to where I am right now. And to say white power is a sexual desire for sunlight, clear skies, and clean water reflected in people. So as like a sexual, when people started mutating into like light skin, and it was just like, as a need, we need to be awake during the day and we fear the nighttime. This leads to the fear of black people, up until like white women in witch court are being always constantly associated with black cats. Like this is another fear of the black and suppression of like good old whitey or something. Like, this is how it built. It's a huge thing. It's just astral fears, basically, from instinct. It's instinct to astral fear, and then super high IQ with your daddy butt raping you and like analyzing shit out of your life and telling you what to do in his little dollhouse. Like, white people are just psychopathic dollhouses. It's a fucking nightmare, because now they're all gonna have chains and systems of like, we all know each other, we all torture each other, we all rape each other, and all this rape culture is just going to implode and destroy the United States at any angle. So at any angle, if you start to understand what's going on to the point where like you're me, like, I'm not kidding, I'm just going to die at some point to, like, civilians, I'm going to die at some point to someone rich, I'm going to die at some point to someone else, and it's not paranoid schizophrenia. All you people are going, oh, it's not real, none of you understand fourth dimensional space-time as Nostradamus, whatsoever. None of you understand that every single one of my discipling, my following, has been, like, acknowledged and heard since long before I knew that the word discipling and following was something I need to acknowledge and take very seriously around them, and then Joji is using me as some click remote pocket pussy, like, he wears me, like, male faggot is funny eyeliner, and I have to sit here and say faggot is not funny, and my crystal is not a fucking faggot. Like, people look at me, and crystal magic is the last thing that, like, saved my life, and like, oh, it's the most feminine thing you've ever done, and I have to stand back outside of myself and say, wow, it really is, because I've always been, like, Scooby-Doo sneakers, and just kind of, like, bro down female stoner, like, there's no other word for that. Everyone in Colorado knows what the fuck I just said, because I'm suffocating, physically. Oh, you all fucking retarded, I got that card. I have that fucking card for now. And it's bad karma, sure, but I was physically told to do that because so many men came to an understanding so quickly in my body. It scared everyone, the patriarchy. I'm dead serious. That's what that was. So if you learn if you learn in this fucking country, I'm not kidding, that you could smoke weed and take a crystal and make a fist and pull all the angry nervous systems that are grilling themselves into you out of your head through space-time, karma will always flow in one direction. Like when he said, turn the other cheek, it's because sunlight to gravity, the earth's spinning and all this doing it, and all the planets like knocking into you. It's all going to go in love and light. It's going to go veganism. It's going to beautiful. It's always going to look like something astrally. There's always going to be some form of your blood moving and people doing things and all this. There's people grilling into me trying to smoke my weed and fuck my sex life astrally because they're horny and my frequency is high as fuck. This is why people just strip 8 hearts for power, because they wanted it. They just needed it, just in general. Like, that's an attack also. I'm not even joking. Everyone's snickering, either snickering or there's just all of Christian America is built up over my video for the next like months, telling me I can't just define my fucking Tumblr safe space anywhere. Either the lights go on, I can't do this anywhere at all without just some sort of debate in America that's going to end at gunpoint. Everyone's just going to die here. I don't know what to tell you. If you start ripping people out of the back of your nervous system on weed and schizophrenia, they'll start to look like parasites. They'll start to be images of like attack or like spheres or like weapons, and they're all going to say, "Oh, we had to stop her, their heart energetically with this sword. Oh, look at those your hand and says you had to kill yourself. Oh," and you're always going to be the scapegoat for everything they've done, is dying for someone else's sin, and they can actually kill you through time. They can politically, emotionally pinpoint people on you that want you to kill. Every single actor in Hollywood who's a little person needs to relocate, and the relocation itself is going to make everyone say this is suspicious. Like, I don't know how to explain this to all of America without all these pedophiles going out and then just killing everyone that they rape, because every pedophile has raped like 100 kids. Like, I've been raped by pedophiles and I couldn't even get back to this. I couldn't. So you can rip them out like this with a crystal. You make a big fist, grab this energy, and rip it out very slowly. You gotta make sure you feel your vision change. You'll look at yourself in a mirror when you do this, and you'll see everything change. You rip these people out. Their teeth as children will fall out in one direction coming at you because they're attacking you. So people's teeth are going to give them away through time, who are psychopaths and sociopaths, as people just learn how to, like, as monkeys, pluck a negative chakra. This is like the most barbaric thing I've ever done in my entire life, was learning as a schizophrenic. You can get rid of the voices by making a fist, buying a crystal at the store, leaving it outside and getting high and just pulling them out of your body. Like, who knew? You can just not consent to American Fox television. And like, you know, you can fight about it later. It's just debate. Maybe you want it later, honey. Oh, you don't understand. You just don't get it. You know, it's the truth, okay? If I ever mention how much I'm just on the same side as truth page woke vegans that get shadow banned and then shitpost about it, and then Article 13 is an actual spiritual attack on laughter to people who think the entire line of life and death is whoever has the last laugh, because it comes down to Carl Jung and like, I think Carl Jung was the one who said, the key to the subconscious is all language. People PC you to death, and people will psychology you to death here. It's not even funny how much I need people to help me make a company of making kits to grow your own sage and flowers, first off, to build sage and sell it online, to shut up, God fucking damn it. I'm trying to build all these kits and companies to help people make money in companies, to sell in a marketplace, so everyone has something to do, to both help witchcraft because everyone's need to burn things, to always have fire to test by, and all the plants made by other people, and will add to synchronicity and help, and people will be able to build money. There's so many things. I can't even talk about money and schizophrenia. Don't even get started. There's so many shamanistic businesses and companies I want to start. So schizophrenics, we're going to get kicked off the benefit eventually, because everyone's going to go for the benefit like fucking Jew gold in 5 seconds in this country, and like it's almost impossible to survive with the benefit anyway. All these schizophrenics who are already dying in the streets are going to die. Just a second, schizophrenia becomes cool and trendy and fun again. Oh, the tinfoil hat wearers are just like comparing South Park to Futurama is going to happen indefinitely, and there's no comparison in my opinion. But I'm personally someone that like fell in love with Trey Parker deeply in my life, like very, very deeply. I was always watching South Park drunk or high, like basically ready to just like listen to that like snobbly, sad, silent story of like spitting and hissing and Hollywood just being the shit episode with the ducks or something. And then I sent them one meme in severe mental crisis because I thought that they were fourth dimensional space-time travelers, much like all of Hollywood is ready to just grill into my cerebellum. And they like tore me apart in basically a spell, and Marcus Preston, the Hummels and Heroin, they like made a Steven Universe fusion and added a voice actor and built this. They didn't explain this to anybody I know. You see, I was already fighting in Hollywood. They brought Hollywood into my body and life and attacked me. So you guys really need to talk to me personally about that. Otherwise, that's literally just it's literally just a death threat to anyone in Hollywood. Just like not talking about the opener and then having that billboard just cancel us. That's a death threat to everybody. Not being on social media. There's just whoever you know in Hollywood. I'm going to kickflip the Colorado license plate and remind you all of 9/11 is like, it's not a snap at all. It's not even an eyelash in Hollywood. And psychopaths analyze music. So y'all either like are eating people and making people orgasm in a fraction of a second to analyze their sex lives, or you've all been horrified at like, now you have to like write yourselves out of Stranger Than Fiction Western culture for the rest of your lives, because everyone is going to have hyperlyze everybody for the end of time, and every single person here is just going to fucking debate until everything ends in gunpoint, until we get gun laws like Australia, and every single person who is a psychopath or a sociopath is going to PC politics us to morals to death to make sure there's no way for them to get put in a psych ward to get identified as a psychopath, a sociopath, or maybe a pedophile, and then socially discredited. So I have to teach everybody how to like pull the demons out of your skull to survive anorexia, which is something people don't understand, and remind them all tears are something that an electric pulse of your face crying. The psychologists are insane for just, I don't care, any angle, just you should prove me wrong, and not astrally. Do it in paper. Someone just like fling a rock in my damn head for that. Like astrally. That was like my thunder egg just like hit me in the skull. I don't know what the fuck that was, getting mad at a psychologist. I'm serious. I don't know what that was. It was fucking 44:33 on my damn phone. I can't believe it's 40 minutes. I forgot why I started this video. I was like crying or something emotionally. Your face. When it makes tears, there's real tears and there's fake tears. Let's go back to your pineal gland in your brain at any point in time. And if you cry real tears, that's an electric pulse of your energy and DNA going through your water and all this salt, which is a very witchy thing. Salt is the thing you cleanse with. That will always be just a force out there astrally, electrically as a pulse that came through your brain, which is something people just nom on and eat and wears a face. So you have real tears out there through space-time as a prayer being answered through good karma and other people, maybe, if you're a good person and you know how to listen to the universe and work, or it's just people who are going to learn how to fake it and be you and wear you a sock puppet and fuck you up the back of your butthole brain or something. And then if I ever talk about how uncomfortable I am with watching TV in this country where your TV talking to you is a symptom of insanity to get you put on Invega Sustenna that I now have brain damage for. I have severe brain damage from Invega Sustenna. 5 months of Invega Sustenna. The dogs with me here. These are severe attacks through me through time. There was huge clouds in schools of, just think of his sheer masses of people. Why do you feel different after mass? You just feel better after mass. You feel good after mass. Like, legitimately, my life is coming down to just... all of these people are trained. I don't care. I go smoke weed and get back to just, I'll put this on the internet. I'm going to keep adding celebrities, but you have to understand all of Hollywood. I don't care. Anyone, I don't care. There's the patriarchy. I've never been a feminist until now I am. I mean, it's not like literally right this second, but I've been fading in and out of feminism because it's a physical debate on my life frequently if I identify as one or not. Seriously? Physically? Seriously? It changed my gender. Okay. You changed my sexuality or something. I don't know what the fuck just changed. It's like, I got 2/3 of my brain taken up by just PC debates in the United States over my heartbeat and my IQ. So my whole life is just defining what will to live is. And it's going to be a last name and a gun and a gang. So every time I joke with a lot of white people who make like Lightning McQueen jokes with me about, they like fuse with me like Rebecca Sugar style, and I'll make a joke about Lightning McQueen being in blackface now. If his girlfriend, if his Aryan secret side chick just like rips off his lipstick, rips off his paint job, he's got his red paint job below it, he'll be in blackface secretly if in the shadows or something. People joke. I completely lost my entire point. I completely lost where I was going because I was under so much attack by just bringing up that thought, and then people just looking at me like, were you just making a blackface joke? I don't remember where I was going at all. This whole country is murdering me physically, so I have to remind everyone. I make the joke that we're going to become Mexico. See, I don't make that joke. I'm just always like, are we going to be Mexico? Like, what? And then all the, a bunch of politicians are scared. Mexico kills politicians. A bunch of white people are like, we're going to become Mexico. Yes, honey. Yes, we are. It's time to become Mexico. We're becoming Mexico. Like, everyone's going to join a gang to survive, like, pedophiles having money or something, or, like, everyone's going to lose their minds. The solution to this is stop making pedophilia, like, something with such a long sentence because it's used as gang initiation and then it's used as just a fear tactic to scare everybody. But everybody needs to sit down in jail and take like shrooms and a bunch of different psychedelics with the proper meditation techniques from plasma, the elements, fire, electricity, guidance, and healing. And they actually have to like heal instead of just Western medication, Nazi shots. Like if you honestly analyze medications in the United States, like Western medication, I can get out of the smoke, will kill you 6 ways to Sunday, and everyone's getting cancer and dying like way younger than it used to. Everyone just I can't finish this video. I gotta eat something. This tree has like so many memories of me being like raped. This is basically like one of my personal trees of life, and my parents just burned it today. They don't even fucking understand what talking to a tree means. They'll smile at me, and I'm screaming because it hurts so bad to be here right now, and I have to explain what my desire to live on a heartbeat defined by the human race sounds like to psychopaths who will for the end of time, like to the end of my life, just everyone's just gonna in their heads debate if I have the right to live because I do drugs, like period, or I exist astrally, or like my thoughts move, or like I'm a girl that touches things, and they go, historically we had to murder you for a reason, it's cause this, and then for the rest of my life, because I point out that maybe sociopaths, psychopaths, and schizophrenics shouldn't be like mouse and whatever the fuck running and killing each other and stepping on, and MK Ultra Monarch, and they kidnapped schizophrenics in the 70s. Every time I point that out, it's just I'm at the barrel of an incel who's like hyper-analyzed women and says women need to be their fucking sex toy. And it's like, I have to like sit here and go, well, boy, I don't disagree. We need to work as a team, but I don't want to murder anyone. And then it's like hordes of incels are becoming my spiritual following. And I have Joji running around screeching and shooting toothpicks out of a gun. If you go to a doctor and talk about your entire career, they'll take your gun away in this country. Like, let's have that conversation. Seriously. I'm not joking. Joji, it's like, I'll show a doctor your song about I'm schizophrenic, and we can get the cops to take your gun away in this country. Okay? And it's not going to matter because you have enough money for security, but that's real life. George Miller. That's schizophrenia anywhere. So schizophrenia anywhere can discredit you in court to the point where you can actually get longer sentences just because the jury doesn't understand schizophrenia. And schizophrenia will be you and like murderers. Okay? Or like, the homeless people that just mumble, they don't make any sense because of the gray matter loss that like everyone has studied, I promise you, to the end of time to understand how the magic was stronger. And then it's just magic, like now, my entire life is just, I'm going to be the puppet to everyone, or my Tumblr safe space is like God now to all these people who don't understand karma as a force. Or like if I can't, okay, I can't talk. I have to go eat something. No, actually, I have to get high as shit. I have to get high as fuck. I don't even really understand. Like, I'm screaming and begging you for weed money because I'm carrying you all in my physical body. Like, so many of you don't even remotely get. You walked into America or you were born here and you don't understand remotely why tinfoil hats are a stereotype among schizophrenics, and schizophrenics made the tinfoil hat because of their gray letter loss and their hatred of the Wi-Fi and the government in their brain ever since like the 60s, or when the fuck the stereotype became a thing. Okay? This cycle of abuse needs to fucking end, and someone needs to fucking understand where I am astrally, because none of you do. You're fucking insane people, and I can guarantee you the game of 4D chess, where all of you just like gaze, look out and say telepathy doesn't exist like a fucking cell phone, and it does, boys. I don't care. None of you even, I can't. Here. Now it's religion, because there's some numbers for like penis. Look at me and say it's official. It's 622. Shalom, Illuminati. Amen.